Hey, we are live. Okay, so I want to introduce you guys to some things that I'm going to be working on. At the moment, we're not going to get too much into that, but I've got some video and some audio stuff that I'm going to be working on in the near future. So that's one reason I wanted to bring this announcement about some local events to you on a Facebook Live. The first time I've ever live streamed anything like this. And I'm really looking into the whole YouTube live thing, some of the Google Hangouts on air, a lot of other cool technology stuff out there. So I'm a real geek about this stuff, but I'm also a geek about food and health and nutrition. So that's what I want to talk to you about. So two events that are coming up in Greenwood, and I hope one of them's not sold out yet. It gets sold out right about this time, but I still want you to know about it. It's something that Dr. Leanne and company at Greenwood Family Chiropractic does. She's a fantastic teacher. Everybody loves her. She gets great results with her patients. She's a chiropractor, but she doesn't just treat people's backs and pains and stuff like that and their feet and everything. She takes care of the whole system. She's a holistic doc, if you will. And by holistic, of course, we mean treating the whole body, not just the symptoms. So she does events at her office and at other places. So she's got something coming up here pretty soon. Hang on, let me get you to the right page here to look at this. So she's going to be doing a whole, this is, I think, the first one that she's done on hormones. So in the past, she does the Cancer Killer workshops in the fall. That's like her big event. And the Cancer Killer workshops have been very successful, where they talk about all kinds of prevention and treatment and holistic approach to dealing with cancer, and just some of the things you need to know about cancer and how cancer works and how to at least have your body better support you. But this year it's going to be about hormones. And I'm going to show you the link. I'm going to put links in the comments here later to these events. But yeah, hormones is a very important thing. I had a situation like 10, 11 years ago where my hormones got really out of whack, all kinds of stuff. You know, even my estrogen got out of whack. Testosterone, progesterone, cortisol, the stress hormone, really got out of whack. So I had somebody else who helped me with that. But I'm just very thankful that there's doctors out there that know a lot about this kind of stuff and know how to help people with this stuff. But yeah, I mean, she's going to get into some really cool stuff. It's always a treat to learn from Dr. Leanne. And there's going to be some food. I think it's like a $12.50 registration fee at this point. It's supposed to be twice that, but they're running a discount. But if you go to the Eventbrite page now, it does say $12.50. But there's going to be a little bit of food. There's going to be other vendors. I'm going to be a vendor there, sampling some River Hills Harvest elderberry juice, which is the company I work with. I'm going to be doing that in partnership with Country Nutrition of Greenwood. But yeah, really cool. It's always a lot of fun at her events. You get to meet people, network with people. It's a great venue where they have it at the Vineyard there. So learn a lot about some great stuff. Anxiety, irritability, depression, insomnia, right? You wouldn't think that some of those things are hormone related, but they are. So she's going to get us dialed in on all that. So there is an Eventbrite page for it, or if you go to this createhealthyindy.com and click on that, it's also going to take you to the Eventbrite page for that. And you can see when it is. It's coming up on the 21st at the Vineyard. So definitely think about it. Check it out. Or you can call the office at 317-893-2853. They'll take your registration over the phone. But I think it's an event that's definitely worth doing. Most definitely. So that's that. And then we got coming up our local food summit here in Johnson County. Like, I am totally excited about this one. I'm on the committee for this, on the planning committee. I'm going to be doing some other work there on the day of the event. And we're going to have some cool speakers. Well, we're going to have a speaker, a keynote speaker. It's going to be Heather Tallman from the Indiana State Department of Agriculture's Indiana Grown program. And then we're going to do this panel discussion. Now, the panel discussion is going to be people representing different areas of the local food movement here in Johnson County. So we're going to have a moderator, and then we're going to have like somebody from a restaurant. We're going to have somebody from the distributor world. We're going to have somebody from the school systems. That's Jill Overton of Franklin Schools. We're going to have a grower who is John Woodbury of Nature's Gifts. Nature's Gift Organic. He's an organic vegetable grower here in Johnson County. For covering health and wellness, we're going to have Dr. Yusuf Mohammadi. He's in the family medical care program, whatever that's called there at Community Health Network. And our our restaurant person is going to be Chuck Huckabee of Hops and Fire, which is a restaurant here in Greenwood that's focused on, not entirely, because it's kind of hard for some of these restaurants to be all 100% local, but a lot of restaurants are getting into it. And hey, down here in Greenwood, we're getting into it. So this is one place that's doing it. And we'll talk about more of those places. And then the distributor is going to be Piazza Produce. If you're not familiar with Piazza, they do a lot of food distribution, and they've been doing local foods, artisanal foods, and stuff like that too. They got a special program. So Rachel Miller from Piazza Produce is going to be one of our panel members for that. So here's what we're going to be doing with the lunch too. Oh, then in the afternoon we're going to have breakout sessions, but we're going to have a local lunch. All right, and I want you to check this out. So here's the Eventbrite for that. If you want to check that out, like I said, I'll have a link for that. But let's take a look at this guy here, right? So we've got a flyer with these sponsors on it. This is the flyer that I've been putting up around town, and several others of us have been putting up. And some of my favorite vendors are on there, Fermenti Artisan. Some of you may know why I'm a big fan of theirs, but I wanted us to have fermented vegetables on the menu, so we're going to have that. Materia Medica, Karen Lynn Burr, she's also involved in doing the food for Dr. Leanne's Holy Hormone Summit. She does a great job. She's a big local enthusiast of food and health and wellness, nutrition, all that here in the south side of Indy. It's going to be held at Central 9 Career Center. And it's going to be students from C9 that's going to put the lunch on for us with Chef Tiffany Swoop. Her and her students are going to do it. And this is, for those that aren't familiar with some of the local food summits that have been going on, Purdue Extension, Johnson County does this. And, well, they're doing ours, but all the different county extension offices, or many of them around the state, are starting to do local food summit. The state itself has done a statewide one 2 years in a row. They did it last September, and then they did it a year ago. I was at that one at Ivy Tech, and Chef Jeff Bricker and his students did that lunch. That was fantastic. But anyways, Chef Jeff is also an artisanal food producer, and he is one of our sponsors in this event with his Brick House dressings, salad dressings. And we have another Brick House. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Nature's Gift that I mentioned, John Woodbury, they're providing vegetables for this. So we've got other great sponsors in the area. Aspire Johnson County, Franciscan Health. If you're in Johnson County and you want to kind of get plugged into what's going on, check out Aspire Johnson County. A lot of great stuff. Indiana Grown that I mentioned. Mallow Run is going to be providing our beef for this event. We're going to have a meatloaf for that. We're going to have a pumpkin soup and roasted vegetables. That's going to come from Nature's Gift. We're going to have apple tarts and pumpkin cheesecake from Susie's Tea House and Bakery. Pretty cool. We're going to, as I mentioned, we're going to have the fermented vegetables from Fermenti Artisan. We're going to have the garden kraut. That goes good with a lot of stuff. And for coffee in the morning, yeah, we're going to have some locally roasted coffee. Brick House Coffee. They just opened up a new coffee house at the old Jonathan Bird's building, right on Main Street out there by 65. So really, really cool that we're finally getting to do something like that here in Johnson County, and that Purdue Extension decided to do this. So, and it's been a real privilege for me to serve with these folks to get this off the ground. So a lot of other great people, just not a lot of time to go into it and mention it, but I just wanted you to know about this event. And I hope you get a chance to come by and check these things out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, real quick, I want to tell you about one other thing that you can do on Eventbrite. If you're ever looking for something and you don't know what it's called, I mean, you don't have a link to it, but you know what it's called and you know where it's at, just search for it. Chances are, if you have enough information, you're going to be able to find that event. So just a quick tip there, you know, on a way to register for something. Because sometimes, you know, when we look at things like these flyers, when we look at these flyers, you know, we got to take a picture, or we got to get the phone number. Usually there's a phone number, and that's always good if there's a phone number. But you got to take a picture. Oh, man, I forgot my phone. And that's too long of a URL to write down. But if you notice that it's at Eventbrite, that's something you can check out. So just a little tip there. No big deal. So, hey, that's it. That's all I got for now. So definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be talking about more local events, and I'll do it this way. I'll do it on Facebook Live, but I just, not all the time, but once in a while when there's a little bit of detail to give about it. Hey, and if anybody's got any questions, I haven't had a chance to see if anybody's jumped on with me here, but let's take a look, and let's take a look here. See if anybody is jumping on. Rick, Mary, hey, if anybody's got any questions, let me know. I'll check back with this thing here in the near future and see what you guys think. I definitely want to hear some feedback too from people like about Johnson County. This is going a little longer than I wanted to, but there's some cool stuff going on. There really is. We've got a co-working space coming up here in Johnson County. I just went to a meeting for that a couple days ago. I mentioned Brick House Coffee. They're in the old Jonathan Bird's building, and that's being renovated, turned into offices and an event space. And just Greenwood's a pretty cool place, and Johnson County is a pretty cool place. So locally, we got some stuff going on. We got some local food stuff going on, and we got some great health practitioners doing some great stuff and some great education. So I'm all about that. I'm all about food and farming and nutrition and all that. So I just wanted to share that with you and appreciate any kind of feedback anybody has. So thanks a lot. Hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thanks.